Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads the Tropicana 400. The Tropicana 400 continues from Chicagoland Speedway on NBC with Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading Ryan Newman by, listen to this, 4.7 seconds.
I mean, Junior said, see you guys. He's still running under 31 seconds. Right now, he's almost 0.3 of a second per lap faster than Ryan Newman.
The attrition rate continuing to grow. Jeff Burton's car is on pit road and being pushed backwards toward the garage. Now Mike Wallace is on pit road, subbing for Johnny Benson in that 10 car while Benson nurses his injured ribs. Johnny's not going to feel any better seeing that sight at the top of the screen. JB, your car's not doing very well right now. And their team car, Ken Schrader, just went out a little bit ago. Dave, what's going on?
Well, they just put the hood back down. It sounds like it's missing on at least one cylinder. And they pulled it in, they looked under the hood, they checked a couple of things, but it sounds like it will just last a few laps more. And as you mentioned, of course, Schrader's car, the team car, out just a few laps earlier with motor trouble. So not a good day for those power plants.
There's a Muppet not having a good day. Who is that fella there?
It's Fozzie Bear. He's supposed to be the comedian.
Ah, it's not a funny thing, Fozzie.
Very funny. By the way, I spoke with Johnny Benson yesterday. He said he's hurting, but he's okay. He will be out until at least the Brickyard 400 at Indy, so he'll miss New Hampshire and Pocono. They're concerned mostly about his lung, a little portion of which partially deflated in the crash in Daytona last week, so he's out for at least a couple of more weeks. Sailing away. Last lap by, he ran 0.2 quicker than second place Ryan Newman. Now, somebody not running very well at the moment.
Oh, man.
It's Dale Jarrett in that 88 car.
I mean, it's driving like a truck right now. It really is. We saw him racing with Elliott Sadler, what, 10 laps ago. Well, Sadler and all these other cars have driven away. And as they come across DJ, they pass him. He goes in the corner wall, he turns the wheel, and just will not stay on the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, he cannot stay at the bottom, like you say, BP. And he's having a hard time even in the top lane right now. So he's got his hands full for sure.
What's up with Dale Jarrett, Marty?
Well, you guys said it looked like a truck, and it feels like a truck to Dale Jarrett. It's very, very tight out there. They really believe that it's this set of tires not matching up to his chassis very well, because he was excellent earlier in the race. They've made very little changes to the car actually today, so they think it's this set of tires just doesn't agree with the setup they have on the chassis right now.
Well, you talked about that earlier. There being some concern on the teams about last year's tires and this year's tires being all mixed together.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I know there were a couple teams in the final practice that had that trouble. So whenever you have different tires, if you put, say, your left sides are from this year and the right sides are last year, it's hard to tell. When a set of tires sit around for a year, it's hard to tell what they're going to do. That may be the problem. I'm not sure, but obviously you come in and you think you've got a good setup, you make a minor adjustment, you put 4 tires on, and obviously Jarrett is a lot slower than he was with the last set of tires. So I'm sure he's wanting to get in pit lane and get some new rubber on that car.
And it's not that there's anything wrong with the tires, but they're just not matching up right for him right now.
Right.
Never see Ward Burton back on the racetrack after that drive shaft problem he had early in the race. And we see Jeff Gordon has just gone by him. Right in front of Jeff Gordon is Matt Kenseth, the 3rd place car. And as you look at the scoring monitor now, Jeff Gordon is about the score on the racetrack. Tony Stewart, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Gordon, and Ryan Newman right now seem to be the class of the field.
You're right, BP, which makes such a premium on the pit stops right now. I mean, everything is counting on these guys in the pits to put these guys in a good position once they get back on the racetrack. So the pressure's on the crews right now.
You saw Mike Wallace on the apron of the racetrack from that shot, so it looks like his day is going to be done. That was a funny sound when Kenseth's car came by that camera, wasn't it? We'll keep an eye on him. He's running very well and up to speed. Running in 3rd behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Ryan Newman right now. Caution is on the speedway of the Tropicana 400. 4th yellow of the day. Debris inside of turn 4. Down by the white line at the bottom of the racetrack. There it is.
Just a simple piece of aluminum, but guess what? When those race cars run over that, they would certainly puncture a tire, and we've seen what happens to these cars when you puncture a tire. It's not pretty.
And the yellow's a big break because the leaders were going to have to start making green flag pit stops in another 7 to 8 laps. Tony Stewart, anyway, who's been the earliest to pit. So now they're going to get to do it under caution.
And this really evens things out because no cars, I don't think, can make it from here to the end. They'll have to make one more stop so it doesn't become a fuel mileage race.
Probably now is when you want your best set of tires, because probably if they come in that last time, BP, just fuel.
Fuel, maybe right size, but probably just fuel only.
Will anybody take 2 tires here and try and get some track position?
No.
Need the whole tank of fuel, might as well stay for all 4.
Take them all.
Dave Burns.
Alan, you mentioned right before the break a car sounding funny. It was Matt Kenseth's. I confirmed with crew chief Robbie Reiser. He is running on 7 cylinders. They'll run it until it dies. 4 tires for him. Half a pound of pressure in the right rear increase to make him a little bit looser on this Chicagoland Speedway. Marty?
Dale Earnhardt Jr., the leader, is in, Dave, and he said it's handling like it was yesterday. That's bad news for the rest of the field because he was awesome in both practices yesterday. It'll be a 4-tire change and no chassis adjustments. In front of him at the head of pit road, Ryan Newman with a great stop going. 4 tires for Ryan Newman. He is a little bit tight. They do make an air pressure adjustment. And Dale Jr. is second off pit road. Matt Kenseth got off first.
The Golden Benny winners do it again.
Those guys are awesome, and Kenny Wallace has stalled on the backstretch.
I hope so. I don't know. It seems like that left rear might have
Believe
pushed
they
it
were
over.
waiting for the pace car. They didn't make their lap back up legally here coming to the
I
caution.
think that left rear out.
Matt Kenseth leads off pit road here at Chicagoland.
NBC's coverage of the Tropicana 400 is brought to you by Tropicana Pure Premium. Drink pure good. Feel pure good. By Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse. Lowe's, improving home improvement. By Pontiac. Can you handle a Pontiac Grand Prix? And by UPS, official delivery company of NASCAR. We want to race the truck. People love the truck.
Matt Kenseth is the leader. We are under the 4th caution of the Tropicana 400 after debris came off a car and fell on the racetrack in turn 4. A lap away from the restart. Let's go to pit road. Marty Snyder.
Well, and of course, Matt Kenseth drives a Ford, and even though this is NASCAR's 2nd year in Chicago, Ford has been enjoying success here in Chicago for almost 100 years, believe it or not. The marriage between Ford and the Windy City dates all the way back to 1913 when Ford decided to open its first plant outside the state of Michigan to build Model Ts. Today, the Chicago facility produces the Ford Taurus with an assembly line that's 23 miles long. 2,750 workers can produce more than 66 Tauruses per hour. Now let's compare that to the Winston Cup version, which takes almost 600 hours to build one from the ground up and make it race ready. And Wally, I gotta know from you, how long did it take to build your race Taurus? You take us around on the track every day in the pre-race, because it had to take many hours to build a race car for you to drive.
Yes, it does, and many hours to maintain after I get done with it.
I would say so, especially after you wreck it, right?
I think we've got the whole fleet of Tauruses in the Hertz group in Chicago rented out this weekend. Our NASCAR on NBC crew, 140 strong, bringing you coverage of the Tropicana 400.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, that was a foxy
Look at Kurt
restart.
Busch up on top.
Yeah. Well, a lot of those guys were crawling on that restart.
Bobby Labonte, slow coming up to speed down on the inside. And it's Matt Kenseth leading. Ricky Rudd is trying to get a lap back. Dale Earnhardt Jr. not going to be happy with second for long.
And he's on the inside of Kenseth for the lead. Junior back in front. Rusty Wallace is a lap down. He's on the inside of his teammate, Ryan Newman. Here comes Jeff Gordon trying to get by both of them.
And a follow-up from pit road on Matt Kenseth's car. The further review by the team, according to Dave Burns, not down a cylinder, but a cracked tailpipe causing the funny sound we're hearing.
Yes, it does make it sound strange, and it does rob it of a little bit of horsepower, but not much.
Still running second. Gordon to 4th.
Well, that's one thing when you're racing Rusty. It doesn't matter if he's a lap or 2 laps down. You got to run him hard.
And did you see Kurt Busch? He just blew by Jeff Gordon all of a sudden. Dave Blaney's going by the 24 car. Something wrong with Jeff's car, or is he just getting loose up in 3 and 4? He goes Harvick by, the 29 car. Let Busch Harvick get 5th spot.
Not so fast.
Oh, sorry. Marty, tell us, the 24 car, what's going on?
Well, Benny, we're going to check and find out, but all day long, in fact, Jeff Gordon just now on the radio says we're fine, we're all clear. They've been starting out loose on runs, and they get tighter or actually better as they go along. So I don't think anything's wrong with Jeff Gordon just yet. He has said nothing on the radio, and actually he did say that they were fine, and now a spotter Ron Thiel says we're fine. So I think everything's okay with Jeff Gordon, just a little loose on the beginning part of the run.
Here's what happened to Jeff Gordon coming off of turn 4 a couple of laps ago.
See what happens there. He's down on the low side and just got the car a little bit wiggly there. Just car got a little bit loose.
Trouble.
Elliott
Sadler. Wood Brothers
You all
car.
right down there? You all right? He didn't hit nothing. We're good. Get it fired up, guys. You got plenty of time.
Caution is out.
Oh, and he put some air back in the left side tire, take that pound out the right rear, and please give me some scuff, please.
Beg, Elliott. That's the way to get something done. Just beg. Get on your knees and beg.
I would say he didn't like that set of tires.
And
5th caution flag is out over the Tropicana 400. Elliott Sadler with a solo spin down the front stretch. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the leader. Here's our Pepsi race recap. What's happened so far at Chicagoland? 75,000 on hand as Ryan Newman led the field to the green flag. Ward Burton the first to get in trouble at lap number 4 with a spin off turn 4. Tore his left front fender up, ruined his day. A lot of guys had trouble getting to pit road today. Michael Waltrip mowing the grass there, trying to get to the pit lane. Mark Martin ran out of gas, leading on an exchange of green flag stops. More trouble for Mike, last week's winner. Engine blown, he's out. Sterling Marlin penalized a lap for pitting over the line in his pit box. Then the most recent caution, it's Elliott Sadler looping around off turn 4. No damage, he has continued, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. has maintained the lead. But there's a little situation brewing between those first 2 cars in your picture there on the screen. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Ricky Rudd. Ricky is the first car a lap down. Coming to the caution flag, Dale Earnhardt Jr. did not give Ricky a lap back last time, which he is not obligated to do.
Okay, well, Ricky's obviously coming up to show his displeasure, I would think.
well, I was told that the junior was weaving his car back and forth to try to get his tires cleaned off, and he might have made contact with Ricky Rudd and digged the fender in. But we will see.
Why was Ricky up there? They didn't double up yet.
Don't know.
Monitoring the radio traffic between the 2 teams, BP. Ricky was upset that Dale Jr. didn't let him have a lap back there.
I got you.
Which, again, he's under no obligation to do.
Well, let's see. We got them side by side right now, so.
Whoa! Rusty Wallace going to make it 3 wide. Marty?
Well, that's what made that battle so interesting, because that's the report that was coming to Junior's pit, is that Ricky Rudd was upset with him because he didn't give his lap back. Now, Dale Jr. has clearly gotten by Ricky Rudd by a bunch now, and they were concerned the left rear fender might have been damaged a little bit. He asked Ricky Craven to look at it, as there's all kinds of stuff going on. Kevin Harvick very low on the racetrack and down on the apron, guys.
Oh, can he save it? Oh, he's still out of shape. No, yeah, he goes finally. He wrecked for a mile, but he finally made it.
Oh, behind him, too. Hut Strickland and Jerry Nadeau and Brett Bodine have gotten caught up in it.